really feeling this hat. Actually, give me 1 second. 1 second, y'all. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. I want to pull out my jacket today. 1 second, y'all. If y'all are just joining, give me a minute as I am trying to get this stuff together. What's going on? Hey there, hey there, hey there. Don't play. I know my jacket is a little bit, you know, big on me, but well, kind of like it zipped up there. Hello, what is up, Purple Watermelon? What is up? How are you today? Let me go make sure I end up opening up chat just in case correctly on my phone, because right now, whatever you sent translated to this, I feel like you probably said hi, so I gotta make sure that I end up putting it on this phone just in case, because there's probably some other people who you say you're early? Yes, sir. Oh, you said hi. Okay, I knew it. I'm like, I don't know why it popped up like that. But yes, you are early. I think you messaged yesterday or commented yesterday that you didn't get to make it to the last stream, but you're here now. You are here now. I made sure to upload a YouTube video, guys. By the way, if you guys want to end up going to go and check that out, we have a couple of things that I do want to end up getting into today, right? This topic, nobody talks about how hard it is to get ahead, is a huge topic, and I think it's true, right? I think a lot of people, especially on social media, we can get a little bit more deeper into this topic. But before, I would rather tell you guys a little bit of my studies. But just real quick, a lot of people on social media do tend to make it think or make it seem like if you just do something, or if you just do this, or if you do it in this time span, if you do this specific thing, things are going to work out. But in the end, you never really know because certain things work for some people, certain things don't work for others. So what did you say about uploading a video? Oh, I think I said I just was mentioning that I did upload a video if you guys want to go and check it out. Uh, I think that's what I said. I don't know. My memory is so damn bad. Telling me to repeat something is crazy. My memory is just all over the place in all honesty. But I wanted to give a little bit of an update about my IT support studies because I know some people are here for that. And specifically today, I ended up because at first with Jason Dion's practice exams, I was doing this thing where you basically are able to practice you're basically able to do these practice exams, but instead it will just kind of tell you in the moment whether you got it right or wrong. And I feel like I like that to an extent, but I wanted to make it to where if I wanted it to feel like a real CompTIA A plus test where I won't know and where I can go back to some of the questions, regroup, try to pick certain things. What is up, Saki? So you're from India, eh? That's lit. Um, but I wanted to see if I could do it that way, which I was. They have an exam mode where pretty much you just take the exam as if you're taking the actual test. And I ended up passing with a 90, I think. Wait, what was it? Was it a 93? Or like a 94. I believe I passed with a 94. I know I got like 5 questions wrong, which I was in shock. So that's really good. But my goal is to try and do that for all the other ones, which I did, but I want to be able to retake them all like consecutively and see without doing reviews technically. So we're going to see how that goes with these practice exams. I did do a little bit of some reviews because there was certain questions where I was getting certain things wrong. So I'm gonna end up going through that a little bit. So I'm not paying attention right now because I'm watching Teen Wolf. Hey, it's all right. It is all right. So are you thinking about marriage, work, or studies? Currently, I feel like I'm thinking a little bit more about work and studies in a way. That's kind of where I'm currently at right now. But so certain things that I ended up or certain things that I've been doing with this review, which I think I mentioned before, is when it comes to studying, finding keywords, especially if you're studying for an exam. Keywords are huge. Sometimes you don't really need to know the definition of something, but if you could just know the keywords that will get you to think of a certain answer, then that can ultimately be good. But of course you do want to know the definition, but keywords is they're key, right? But something else that I've been doing is I've been looking back at my previous exams and I've been trying to see what am I confusing the answer with. and then I am trying to write down why I thought it was that other answer and then try to have it explained to me. So, for instance, there was a specific question which I can't read because it's paid content, so I don't want to have anything with copyright going on. But there was a specific question where they were asking about, I believe it was something like a remote file share. And for some reason, my brain immediately went to exFAT. And I don't know why. I think maybe when I heard remote, I started to think of an external flash drive because I was thinking like for some reason, I was thinking remote, but as in it wasn't on the software. It made me think like it was something outside of software and was more of a hardware piece. But when they ended up explaining it, they're like NFS being a network file share would mean that it needs a cable or Wi-Fi to use it, and then different keywords could be like Linux, remote, network, different things like that. So then that was really good, and I was happy to end up getting into that type of stuff and learning all of it. And then I did a little bit with some other stuff, like with services and the startup stuff and task manager. So my studying process has been going really good so far. What is up, DC? What is up, Jaden? So you look like a boy from Fortnite dance. There's nothing I can do. I have a beanie, I have a jacket on. People still think I look like a guy. There's nothing I can do. I can't change it, man. I don't know if I had to put some mascara on or something or some earrings, but that's just what it is, man. I don't know. Um, but then I was also doing it with some Linux command line. So anyway, I just wanted to get a little bit into that. Today at work was really good. Ended up just doing a little bit. Oh, I ended up reading, y'all. I wish I had the book with me, but remember, if some of y'all were here yesterday, I ended up showing you the book. It was called The Teacher. I got so hooked on it. I genuinely think I could finish the book today if I had enough more, like enough time today. But previously, I read the book all the way up to I think like page 33 previously. And then from today, just reading forward, because my job is such an easy job, I was able to read at work. I believe I only have like, I think I read all the way up to 200 and like 40 something. Like I'm really close to finishing the book because there's 389 pages, bro. I was like, yes. Like it's crazy, but it's because the story is so good. But it's a little bit nasty though. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, where did this story just take you to? But I love that author. I think I have another book from her that I would love to read. I think she's a great author, man. Great author. Love it to death. So hello, bro. How's your day? My day has been pretty good. Pretty much just been chilling, reading, watching videos. I'm about to get into the main topic of what this video is about very shortly, but I just wanted to give you all a little bit of a recap of what's going on. So let me guess you're lesbian. Hey, that's not much of a guess, man. I think it's a little bit obvious now. Okay? So hi, bro. How are you? I am great, man. How are you? Today's been going really good. Um, just been chilling, honestly. And today's my Friday, so I have tomorrow off. So I cannot wait because I have a lot of stuff that I gotta end up doing. Got a lot of stuff I gotta end up doing. So have I heard of? No, I have not. If you want to explain what that is, I could definitely. You could teach me. You said liked and subscribed. Thank you so much, man. Truly, truly, thank you guys so much. So today is Friday. No, today is my Friday, which basically means that tomorrow is my day off. Cause you know how like most people have Saturday, Sunday off, so they'll be like, oh, since let's say they have Wednesday, Thursday off, they'll be like, oh, today's my Friday, and that day would be a Tuesday. So like today's my Friday because they have Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know, so it might be confusing, but I think I got to the point. I think I got to the point, but let's get a little bit into what this video is supposed to be about, or this live stream. Just a little bit, a little part of what this live stream is supposed to be about is how nobody talks about how hard it is to end up getting ahead. And I think it's true because a lot of people tend to talk about success. They'll talk about money. They'll talk about buying houses. They'll talk about getting an apartment. I'm 22 years old, by the way, about to be 23. I know I look young. I mean, well, yes, I am young. I guess I am young. I hate when I say I know I look young, cause I literally am. I'm 22, about to be 23. But I am responsible. Definitely that. I have an apartment, gotta pay some shit, so I gotta work every day. So I'm doing my thing, doing my damn thing. But anyway, so people will talk about starting businesses, investing, and doing side hustles, and they make it seem like it's so easy to do, and that automatically when you pursue those things, it's as if they make it seem like, people are just gonna get ahead automatically and quickly at that. Not only, like, honestly, if you end up taking just a mini look at social media, there's people who make a living on content creation just talking about how you can make a certain amount of money off of a side hustle. And it's not that it's not true, but it's that it's just not gonna work for everyone. It's maybe something that works, but they make it seem as though if everyone did this, it's gonna work, and it's just simply not true. There's even YouTubers who talk about content creation, and they make it seem like, if you pursue YouTube like this, and you move like that, and you do this, selling courses, not coming at anybody, but just some people could be selling courses or selling courses about being confident, and not everyone is gonna be able to profit off of that. Um, there's even people who are going to be talking about success stories, but they're talking about the success stories, but they're skipping the boring years of the journey, the boring time. And with the skip, right, it can be a little bit confusing because over the years where they had no clue where they were going to go, I think that's where most people are actually living. They're living in the confusing moments. They're living where it's like, where are things about to land? Where are things going to stop? But it's as though when they tell the story, it's like they always knew where they were going, and that's really not necessarily true because not at the beginning, but not at the finish line, but somewhere in the middle is where everyone kind of is at. So, I think my main question to you guys, which I'm gonna end up putting on the screen, is do you feel like you're getting ahead or do you just feel like you are maintaining? And I think this question could be a little bit even iffy for myself, so let me put this on the screen real quick. Real quick, sorry. Sometimes my words don't come out. Oops, what the hell am I writing? Do you feel like you're getting ahead? Oops, I could have put this as a poll. Or maintaining. So make sure y'all end up commenting away and answer the question because this is true. You said, what's your favorite show? I don't really watch too much shows right now. Um, my favorite show previously was Stranger Things. Said money's an effect based on how you're good at your craft can help you get what you want to get. Facts. So you do feel like you're getting ahead, or do you feel like you're maintaining? You said yes. I'm assuming you mean you feel like you're getting ahead. I feel like in the current moment, right now for me, it kind of feels like I'm maintaining, but I think other people might say otherwise, of course, because especially with the video that I just made recently too, where it's like I'm talking about pursuing this CompTIA A plus. I'm talking about pursuing another technical exam, a separate technical exam that I haven't really classified what it is yet. I'll explain it later though. I'm gonna be pursuing that. I'm gonna be pursuing a third exam that is for like a different job. Um, and then just different things like that. So there's stuff that I'm gonna be pursuing, but I feel like in the current moment, it does feel like a little bit like I'm maintaining, but maybe it's just because I haven't really seen progress in any direction yet, if that makes sense. I feel like I've still have been in the same spot ultimately, from these last couple years. I think I've definitely learned new skills and I've definitely gained new hobbies. And of course, too, actually, you know what? That's not really true. I feel like I have progressed in certain areas as well because I'm forgetting with my current job, I ended up taking up a support position that was very similar to IT support. And then eventually I ended up switching to a new position right now, which pays a little bit more, but um it pays a little bit more, but it's more like of less work in a way or calm work. I won't say less work, but it's like calm work and actual skills that you were currently learning on the job, which was a little bit cool. So, I mean, I guess in some ways there has been some progressions, of course. And then but I don't know, maybe it's cuz it's not like a major progression to me. It's not like a well, I guess it was a career change, but you get what I'm saying. It wasn't like I landed a technical job. That would feel crazy. So it really depends. Where else? But do you guys? So some of you. Damn. Can I speak, bro? I was gonna say. So, other people. What am I trying to say? What the hell am I trying to say? I think I'm trying to say. Do you guys feel like? There we go. I'm like, geez. I'm like everyone else. Do you guys feel like you're getting ahead or maintaining? Said take off the hat. If you want to see my hat off, you had to watch two streams ago. I had my hat off for like probably like 2 weeks before that. Crazy work. And you know what's crazy? When I had the hat off, you know how many people told me to put the hat back on? So don't play me now. Don't play me now. So Stranger Things used to also be my favorite show. I don't really watch too much shows. Um, so it's a little bit difficult for me to have like a better one because I feel like with Stranger Things being over, it's kind of like, damn, how is that still your favorite show? Um, but yeah, I don't know. That's just what that is. You said to say, hey, what is up, Enzar? What is up? What is up? So don't worry about the haters. No, I definitely don't. I really don't mind. It never really affects me. I know what comes with content creation, number one, and then especially vertical streams. There's a lot that comes with that. All right. You said, hello, can I guess the flag? Oh, no, not again. You did this to me last time and I think I forgot. Nope. I think I forgot. I'm so sorry, bro. You said Iran. So I've never seen you without the hat. To be honest, purple watermelon. Yes, you have. What is y'all talking about? I had no hat on all like these last 2 weeks. What are we saying? That's insane. What is up, Michael? What is up? Okay. So if you guys want to end up continuing answering that question, I'm going to end up moving on a little bit, and we could, by the end of what I'm going to say next, we can move on to the next question. But it's because, if I'm being honest, plenty of the moments where I've looked around and thought, there has been plenty of moments where I looked around and thought, how are people currently living? How are people affording their rent? How are people affording an apartment? How are people affording kids? How are people saving money? How are people traveling? How are people doing all of these nice or all of these things at once? But then you realize that people aren't, and that people are actually struggling, and they're normally sometimes sacrificing their last just to be able to do certain things, such as vacations or such as the nice things. But they just don't always talk about it, and they definitely don't post about it. They don't advertise it. You only end up seeing the finished product. You don't see the sacrifices nor the extra shifts that they possibly have to take. You don't see the studying. You don't see the time spent failing. And you don't see the nights they spent worried, right? And with this current journey, that's my whole point of this channel, is that I want you guys to see what are my thought processes. That's why some of the videos could be a little bit up and down, because there could be times where I feel maybe sad or a little bit behind, but then there could be times where I feel encouraged, and I talk just like this video that I uploaded today, where I'm talking about in the next 6 months things are going to change. The whole point of this channel is to document the real authentic ups and downs of someone who is trying to better their life and choose and try to make good choices and see where the outcome will ultimately end up happening. um, but sometimes when you don't see those things, right, and you don't see the nights of them worrying, the extra shifts, the sacrifices, you only see the outcome, at the end of the day, that can create unrealistic expectations for everybody else, right? So that's definitely something too that is simply true. Let me get a little bit back to these comments real quick, and then I'm gonna move on. So your hairline is cooked. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Oh, that's not true, y'all. You gotta watch the last couple of streams, man. That'll make sense. So hi guys, it's me. Um, Skibbity. Nope, I'm not even gonna do it. Not even gonna read that. We're gonna move on. So from Afghanistan, hello. What is up? So I thought they meant like with your hair down. Oh, I mean, I think maybe I don't know if that's what they mean. I still have to end up putting my hair down. So, since today is my Friday, hopefully, because I do have to end up brushing out my hair. Hopefully, I could brush out my hair and then I can end up showing y'all what it looks like with my hair being down, which is gonna be super fire. But I don't really like. I used to like back in high school. I could probably post a picture actually from my YouTube post or in my YouTube post. But back in high school, I used to always wear my hair down. But it wouldn't like be wet or anything. Like it would just be like down. Maybe I'll brush it, but then I'll really try to dry it or whatever, and it would be kind of like this. And I liked it like that. But now my hair, because it's gotten long again, it like hits my shoulders, or well, it's a little bit past my shoulders, but I do want to end up cutting it probably back to up here again, like so it could curl out and kind of stay like as an afro. That was always something that I liked, but I screwed up. I screwed up my hair. I let it grow out a little bit too long, so I don't really like it. Said I beeb getting ahead, but not necessarily ahead. Or you feel like you're getting ahead, but not necessarily ahead. Or oh, sorry, you fixed it. I've been getting ahead, but not necessarily ahead. My fault. You said stud. Uh, I don't woman. I don't know what you are, or you could be a man. You could be a man. I'm not sure. I think you're a man. Sorry, man. That's what I'll say. So what's up, gang? What is up? What is up? Let's continue to push this a little bit forward. With what this topic is currently about. Make sure, by the way, you guys end up hitting that like button, you share the stream, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, man. That'll be super goaded. Currently on this channel, like I said, I just document my growth. I document whatever I'm currently pursuing, and yeah, it's gonna go crazy. It says stud gang, hey. But what we're currently pursuing and stuff like that, so it's gonna be super, super lit, super fire. But I think one of the biggest reasons people can get discouraged is because they tend to compare their chapter 3 to somebody's chapter 20, y'all. Their chapter 3 to somebody's chapter 20. And that's something I always fall victim to. Or I'll say sometimes fall victim to, is where I'll see people who either had a head start maybe because they had certain people who could help them, right, in certain circumstances, and or they're just a little bit further ahead just simply because they are at that chapter 20. And sometimes I will notice myself kind of being in that stuck in that type of comparison a little bit when with whether it comes career wise, mainly, or it could be career-wise or study-wise, where I'll be like, "Damn, like, this person is ahead here." But I have to understand that a lot of people have opportunities I didn't have, right? As soon as I hit the age of 19, I was already had my first apartment. I already had to work pretty much, of course, because if I'm paying rent, I gotta make sure bills are paid. I've known people at my current age who still don't have their own apartment, still don't have to worry about getting paid, and can focus on their studies. So of course, they're going to be in different types of positions compared to me. Right? Of course, some people might think like, well, I was saving money 4 years earlier, but shoot, they probably have a degree where they can make more money later. But it's different things like that where I'm kind of like, there's no reason to compare my chapter 3 to someone's chapter 20. And that's something too that other people have to end up doing as well. You don't see, but you don't at the end of the day see what they went through, and you only end up seeing where somebody ended up ending up. So my next question would be, which I am going to end up putting on the screen, is what's something you thought would be easier as an adult if you guys are adults? Because I know some of you guys are not adults. And it's so weird even saying that because sometimes, well, I guess I would be considered a young adult, but that's so weird because I feel like sometimes I still think I'm a little bit like more younger wise, and I'm just like, no, like I actually am an adult. I gotta start moving, brother, moving like that. Let me see. So we're gonna put. Oh wait, no. What am I writing? That would be easier as an adult. So let's see. If you guys aren't an adult, then I guess this question wouldn't pertain to you. But if you are an adult, what is something you felt like would have been easier? So that you love studs. Nice. So like Jesus loves you. Amen. Hallelujah. Jesus loves you too. So yeah, real studs don't compare. I'm number one. So quit yapping. What's the point of the stream, man? It's a stream. I gotta talk. You said hi. Where are you from? I currently never really say. Well, I was born in Florida, if that's what you mean. But I normally never say where I'm currently like located, and where I'm currently living and stuff like that right now. But I was born in Florida. Was never really raised there though. But that was where I was born. But yes, something you felt like would have been easier as an adult. I love that alien head shape, brother. That's what I got. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. So that's cool. Hey, it's fire. But I'm trying to think something that would have been easier as an adult. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. When I was a kid, I think I thought being an adult in general was easy. Um, hmm. Something I felt like would be easier as an adult, because I don't know, because I'm trying to think of like what did I feel like was difficult as a kid that now that I've grown up, I'm like, "Ooh, that's not the case." So, "Can you give me a job in your country?" I mean, I don't own, any businesses. I definitely can't. I There might be some jobs that are gonna be hiring. Warehouses are pretty cool. So, is that cold, I think, or is I don't know what you wrote, I'm sorry. So, I thought the cost of living and being able to keep a roof over your head, ooh, would be easier as an adult. Okay, that's a good one. That's actually a good one. I think, mm. That actually is a good one. 'Cause I was gonna say, I felt like it would have been a little bit easier. I think what I thought it would have been a little bit easier to make more money. I think that's the case. But I'm not saying that it's difficult. But I remember I used to think like when you become an adult, like it would be like natural to make a certain amount of money. And I'm like, oh wait a second. Some things you do need to like really study for and or like specifics like in career wise. Like basically as a kid, you would think like, oh, I could become a doctor like this. But it's like, no, that shit is gonna take a minute. You know what I'm saying? Different things like that where I'm just kind of like, oof, like, yeah, I think that would be the case. Like either career or the amount of money you make because man, like you would be thinking like it's easy to go up $10 a damn hour by the next year. And it's like it's not really the case. You do gotta put in a lot of work if you want to make a good amount of money. You said be kind with everyone. Ooh, yeah, that could be one. You would think that wait, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like being kind to me is a little bit easier. I'm not saying I'm the kindest. So you have a girlfriend? Yes. So you looking like a moon. Hey, I mean, I guess that's a good thing. The moon ain't ugly now. The moon ain't ugly. He said, "It's harder now than how it was when my parents were coming up. People used to be good and secure with single income households." No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because, like, you know how many jobs we end up getting where you're probably busting your ass, but you're not even getting paid like nothing crazy for it. Like I remember, and this is why I'm so happy that I'm in my current position now. But the previous position I was in, I was getting paid just a tiny bit less, but it was so physically exhausting to the point where I was like, we should be getting paid more. Now I'm currently in a position where whatever we're getting paid now, I'm like, okay, this makes sense because I'm fucking chilling. Like I'm not like it has no mental like exhaustion. It has no physical exhaustion. You literally have a bunch of free time. That's why I almost finished a whole book in a day because that's how free I was. So I'm just kind of like, yes, yes, that is good. Said, he said, true. He said, but why? I don't know what the but why was for. I'm sorry. I talk a lot, so I don't notice when something is for what. You gotta be descriptive. So if you are a kind person and find a job for me, I really need my mother's not well. I don't know any jobs. It's kinda hard to find jobs that are hiring. You're saying Iran? What is up, spy or spy? I don't know if it's spy or spy. My fault, my guy. What is up, man? What is up? But let's go and continue from here. I wrote that on the screen, right? Okay, so anyone who comes in, y'all can end up answering that question. By the way, if you're new here, hit that like button and make sure to end up hitting that subscribe button, y'all. Let's continue with this topic because you know something else I've realized. Um, a lot of people aren't lazy, right? A lot of people aren't lazy and people love to call it lazy. But honestly, I don't think laziness is the biggest problem. It definitely is a problem. But I do think that confusion is. I think people don't know what direction to go. Not necessarily that they don't want to move in a direction, but because of the unknown, it could be a little bit scary for people to take a path that they just genuinely don't know if it's gonna work, right? Because with me, I pursued web dev, and at first I pursued it with the thought process of it being a career. Very quickly, I did switch it to like a side hustle mindset, but imagine I stayed with that thought process of it being a career, but then it would have changed. You know what I'm saying? And then like IT and then pursuing something else. I could see why some people won't necessarily move in a direction they don't feel necessarily confident in. Um, there are just so many paths because you can go to college, then you don't need to. You can learn a trade, you can start a business, you can invest, get certifications, or just simply work overtime, move away, stay home. There are so many decisions that we can end up making there, and there's so many opinions that can affect our decisions. And so eventually people just end up getting stuck and don't choose to do anything. Because they're afraid of just making the wrong choice. That's why I think failure or not failure, sorry. I think comfort sometimes can be the biggest and the most dangerous out of everything because when it feels difficult to pick a decision or pick an option that you choose comfort over anything, man, it's like you are just going to feel stuck. You're not really trying to pursue or push out of who you really are and try to pursue a passion that you may actually enjoy. So they make no choice, and then years pass, and I bet you they're going to end up regretting a lot of things. And that's something I've noticed a lot. Sometimes people don't fail because they chose the wrong path. People fail because they never even picked one to begin with. Let me read a little bit of some comments right here. We got, hey Marcy, how are you doing? I am doing great, Mr. Dex. How are you? Hello. Oh, not the oil company now. You said, how are you? I'm great, man. How are you? You said I changed my major 3 times in 3 different universities. Hey, that's not bad. But that's where I'm saying though, where it's kind of like, I mean, I'm glad you're able to still attend university now. But it's just crazy because it really does come down to just not knowing. Like, even in my current moment, though I feel confident IT support or anything technical is supposed to be my path, you just never know because what if I pursued something in a different branch or just in a different field and I actually got more passionate and interested in that? And what if I took courses already for certain classes that I could take for a better job in that field? And now my whole channel could be about something completely different. You just never know. You can enjoy something a lot and be passionate about it, but when you allow yourself to touch other things and to just kind of branch free and just see certain different options, of course, though, while staying stable and not taking major risks, because some people will be like, oh, pursue this full time, and now you quit your career job just to pursue something that ultimately is going to pay you less than that career job, but it took you 2 years to even get there. So it's like some people just make bad decisions like that, but that's why I always say to remain stable, which is currently what I'm trying to do with my current career job. It's a good job. I wouldn't mind staying here. I just would like to be in a different position. Um, but it's like within this job, I'm kind of like damn, I forgot where I was going with that. 'Cause I was gonna say something about like within this job, I wouldn't mind staying in the current position. Oh, how I'm able to basically still keep this job while pursuing other studies or while pursuing other things. Um, and I know it's definitely difficult because I don't have enough time to study, and I feel like I don't have enough time. For instance, sometimes when it comes to these streams to prepare or to study for my CompTIA A+ or to study for this separate technical exam. At the end of the day, that's what it feels like, right? but but at least I'm still stable. At least I'm able to still pay the bills. I'm able to put food on the table. I'm able to pay for the card. At the end of the day, and that's all I would ask people is that if you do need to work and you are doing something, make sure you are working. Make sure you are maintaining what you already have built, but then try to build something else on top of that or on the side of that. And I know it could get busy and it could be hard, but of course it takes sacrificing. If you're someone who used to always hang out with your friend every day after work for 5 hours, it's like you're not gonna be able to do that no more, right? You're gonna have to focus on your studies, focus on whatever you're trying to pursue and whatever you're trying to build. And I know it's tough, but sometimes that's just what we gotta do. So we're gonna end up moving on from this. Let's read a little bit of questions, and I'm gonna put another question on the screen that you guys can end up answering. Say, hey, babe, love from a hot. Oh, hello. Whoa, sorry. Hold on. I try to pronounce it, and then my brain broke. But hello. So 100% true, no facts. Said, hey, what does the thing on the top say? It says, what's something you thought would be easier as an adult? What's something you thought would be easier as an adult? So basically, it's like, so imagine you were maybe a kid and you thought something as an adult would be easier, but then when you became an adult, you realized like, oh no, this isn't the case. We kind of went a little bit through that earlier. I think somebody said something about. Let me see if I can go and find it. Somebody said something about oof, where's it at? Oh, the cost of living, being able to keep a roof over your head. I believe, what the hell did I say for that answer? I think I said something, oh, like income and career. How I remember I felt like as a kid that being in a certain career would have been a lot easier. Like if you wanted to be a doctor, it would have been easy. And it's like, well, no, it's not. So if you don't like Ariana, we can't be friends. If we're talking about Ariana Grande, her music is good. You said hello. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I'm gonna just say Mo. So wifey material right here, possibly. I don't know. So life, cause like if I left school, it would be easier, but no. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So it could be that. It could be that. That could be a really good one. Says, do you what is this? I don't know. I don't know what the hell you're showing me, brother. But let's go and switch now to the next question that I have. It's what's one goal, and I have mine. What is one goal that you have been putting off? Putting off. Because I have something currently that I have a major goal that I really want to do, but I've been putting it off lately simply because I don't have time. But I mean, now that I am a little bit more freer at work, I probably could do it at work, to be honest, depending on the day. But what's one goal you've been putting off? Let me know. For me, one of my goals that I have been putting off is I really want to get into writing stories. And whether or not I get super deep into it, like completely finishing the book, I feel like I just want to keep coming up with different story ideas. Um, so it's like basically I'm trying to have like 5 book ideas that haven't been written yet and then start to slowly write each one. That's something I'm so interested in. And I think I would love to end up even publishing like one book, or not publishing, but just make it like a physical copy and just kind of see what it looks like. I think that's definitely one of my goals. So you're in love with a criminal, and this type of love is not rational, it is physical. I see. Your content is amazing. I'm a cybersecurity about to graduate. I took my 80% classes with IT students. Hey, that's fire, man. That is fire, bro. I'm still a little bit iffy on whether whenever I do end up going back to college, I am a little bit iffy on whether I want to go specifically for cybersecurity or if I want to go for IT support. I'm interested in cybersecurity and I wouldn't mind pursuing it, but I feel like of course, cybersecurity is also like a very tough subject as well. And I think I would just hate to go to college for that degree and then never use it. Um which granted, I think you're able to use a cybersecurity degree for any technical job, but then at that point, it's like, then why the hell did I sit here learning cybersecurity when I could have chose an easier degree? You know what I'm saying? Like if I was gonna use it for IT anyway. Um, so I don't know. That's my only thing because it's like I just don't want to study something difficult basically for no reason when I could have just got an IT degree and did something that's easy or not easy but easier. So I'm still a little bit iffy on it. I would have to see. I have learned though that it's possible to do cybersecurity in like the military, but my biggest fear about enrolling or going into the military to do cybersecurity, which I think they hire like a lot easierly, but it's only like if we do end up going to war, obviously they're gonna call us, but like we're going down there. Like if they need to do like probably even before a draft, they would make sure that we are the ones that are going. I'm like, hey, because I don't know unless they would make sure that we just stay in the cybersecurity space, but I don't know. I'm like, if they ever needed to do a draft and they needed a lot of people, they're probably gonna choose some of the people that are already in the damn military just doing something else. But if that's not the case, I probably wouldn't care. You said goal, reducing quitting cigarettes. That one's tough. That is tough. An addiction is super hard to end up coming off of, but I do pray that you could do it. It's not impossible. You got that. You said grades. You got that, Maeve. Just keep doing your thing, man. To edit some dang videos, but life's too busy. That is true. Editing videos is true. That's why I literally stopped editing my videos. I just talk. I'm like, I can't do it. So IT could do cybersecurity. That is true as well. Damn, not you asking for some olive oil. So did you watch Michael? Yes, I did. I thought it was a pretty good movie, in all honesty. Well, let's continue a little bit as we continue to go. Anyone can answer the goals question if you guys want to. But I think a thing nobody talks about is as well as how long success actually takes. I mentioned this a little bit earlier, and I'm going to mention it again. How other content creators can make it seem like, if you're pursuing a specific thing, that success is going to come in 3 months, or it can come in 2 months, or, oh, I learned how to code and I landed a job in 1 month. And I'm not saying that those things are impossible, but it's giving the false hope that results are going to come fast. And everybody wants results to come fast. Of course, I do too, right? You start a channel, you end up wanting views if you study, you want to get the certification if you save, you want the house. Everyone wants the results, but what people don't understand is that getting the results is ultimately a bigger journey than what people expect. With YouTube channels, if you haven't noticed, a lot of the big YouTubers were actually posting YouTube videos for probably more than 5 years before their channel actually blew up. There was some YouTubers who did blow up overnight, of course, that is something that could happen, but it doesn't end up happening to everybody. But popular YouTubers ended up taking years. Kai Cenat was on YouTube for a long time before he ended up becoming the biggest streamer. I think Mr. Beast was on YouTube for a long time before he became the biggest YouTuber, or maybe it was 6 months. I don't remember how long Mr. Beast was on here. But there was just a lot of things where that had happened. Of course, if you're studying for a certification, yes, some people may be able to get the cert in 1 month. Some people can get it in six. If you're saving for a house, if you, of course, probably let's say you make decent income, getting that house is still going to end up taking a while as you need to progress and save up money month after month after month. It's ultimately a journey. The result, of course, is something we do want to get to, but we do have to stop trying to look for immediate results. Especially too with things like exercising. That's not going to happen like this. It's going to take time. But when reality shows up, reality shows that it might take years, right? Not months. It could take years. That's the part people don't like to hear, especially too if you're thinking about working out and you're trying to get certain muscles, trying to get certain abs. That could take a full year before you even see that transformation even a little bit more. But at the end of the day, too, it's not exciting neither. Years doesn't sound exciting. Years feels like you just want to stop. I remember when I was thinking about getting a certain degree, I remember I used to think like, damn, this is gonna take years. It makes me not want to do it. But it's like at the end of the day, that's just actually a normal thing. That is a normal occurrence. If you're trying to get good at something, it's gonna take years. You could of course improve in months, but years is where it's really at. Most meaningful things take longer than what people expect, and I think that's why consistency is so rare because people want results like this. When they don't see it, they give up. They're willing to work hard for 3 months, but they're not willing to work hard for 9 months or 2 years. And that's where people separate themselves. Not because they're smarter or more talented or just have that gift. It's simply because they ended up staying in the game a lot longer than a lot of other people. Let me read a couple of comments before we move on from here. So, what is your favorite Harry Potter's book? Never read one, surprisingly. But I don't think it would be my type of book. I like thriller books. I like books that have major twists. What is up, 747? You say you look like Jordan's logo. Hey, that's not a bad thing. Is this a religious channel? I mean, I don't talk about, like, the channel's not directly about God, but I do believe in God, and I do tend to mention him, which I have been trying to implement some Bible verses. I do need to get a little bit more into that, but I haven't been planning out my Bible verses to tell you guys. So what's up, love? What is up, man? So hi there. What's the stream about? The stream is currently about what the title is, which I don't remember. So give me 1 second. What the hell is this? Oh, how nobody talks about how hard it is to get ahead in life. So I'm just kind of discussing that part because, I definitely think we are in a generation where this propaganda is definitely getting pushed around, that things happen a lot quicker than what it is actually true. So you should be a news reporter or do a voice commercials. Possibly, I have no idea. I think that would be nice. But I'm a little bit, I think I would be a little bit shy. So next question, question mark. Eventually we're gonna end up getting there. I don't really have, or actually after I get to these next couple of lines, I should end up having my next question pop up on the screen very soon. So how are you doing? I'm doing great, man. How are you? But most people don't quit because their goal is impossible. Most people quit because it took longer than expected. And that's something too where I try to tell people, don't put timelines on your stuff, but also don't necessarily stay stuck on it for too long. And the reason why I say that is because I've ran into moments like this where I would say, "Oh, I'm going to get this certification at this date." And then if it doesn't happen, or let's say I felt like I wasn't confident enough to take the cert, it's hard to kind of explain to other people that you just don't feel ready because then in their head they're just thinking you're not going to get it or you're not going to go for it or they have whatever it is in their mind of whatever they have. But also too, it could disappoint yourself because you could be like, well, damn, I thought I was gonna be ready at this time, but you're like, but I'm not ready at this time. This is actually a lot more difficult than I thought, and it could discourage you. And I remember that used to discourage me a lot when I used to put timelines on things. So I tend to say, like, I would like to do it in a more of a broader amount, and I try to give myself more leeway. But recently with the CompTIA A plus, I feel like because I was being a little bit rushed about getting it, that's when I said I was gonna take the core two in May. So I overextended myself again, and I gotta stop doing that. I gotta stop giving a date and just kind of do my thing, study, and whenever I'm ready, I'm ready. Said how I said because that's pretty fun for me. I know it's those, but I say that. Oh, okay. I'm confused. So babe, question mark. Oh, oh. So how have you been? I've been great. So probably I need to eat healthier to get better at sports and stuff. Possibly that could be the wave. That could be one goal that you are putting off. Oh, that was one goal that you are putting off. Sorry, I thought I was confused. It said it's hard in modern times too, where you can see people's successes without seeing the journey. Patience is becoming less common with instant gratification. Exactly. And I feel like I said, I keep thinking, and I genuinely believe it is a propaganda, and or people are just making money off of it, that they don't really care about the impact it's putting on the world, because you have no idea how much people currently choose not to pursue a journey or choose not to work a job because they see instant gratification or they see the successes and instead they just want that shit to fall in their lap because they weren't shown that for that person to get that doctor's degree they were studying their ass off for however long, and even though they may know that it took years, it doesn't feel like that for them. To them it was like just yesterday you didn't have it, now you have it. So it's like when you don't show that to people, it really is, it starts to mess with the world, and damn sure people know it. But then again, who knows? Some people could just be doing it for views, for money, and they're not really caring about what could just happen to the natural human. But that's why with my channel, I was trying to make it a lot more different, where I do show all that stuff. And what's even more crazier is that you will notice these people show up in your chat and they'll say things like, "Damn, it's been 200 and something days, you should have the certification," or "Damn, it's been this, you should have done this," or they'll always have something where it's like, they just expected you to have already finished. And it could be in anything. Everything that I've ever pursued, I've ran into people like this, and it's literally because their only thing is instant gratification. They want me to disappear for months and just pop out with a certification, and that's just not what this type of content is. I'm gonna show everything, so it's gonna feel like forever. But damn sure, if I didn't show you me studying for 6 months and I just popped out with a certification, no one would have said nothing. No one would have said nothing. Even if I mentioned, "Oh, it took me 6 months. My bad. I only got to study for an hour a day." No one would have said nothing. But because I document it, you run into so much people who just feel like it should have happened like this because that's just what the hell they start thinking now. It's strange, but it really is something that definitely needs work. Started talking Candace in tone of voice suits a news reporter job or a journalist. Ooh, that's really nice. I actually like that. I hope so because I didn't think so. So then these hard years you have changed so much I didn't even recognize you. I'm never talking about me. And if you are talking about me, damn, when were you here? Were you here from the beginning? Say girls all right, hug me. Hey, what the hell? So where are you from? I'm not gonna lie though. Recently, ever since I switched to the beanie, I haven't been getting asked that question, y'all. So I don't know. I don't know now. Maybe y'all are right. So where are you from? I'm currently from, or well, I was born in Florida, but I don't normally say which state I reside in. You had to have known what I meant for you to ask that question. You had to have known. Please tell me you knew. Come on. There is no way. I just called it out. There's no way. You had to have known what question I was talking about. Come on now. There's no way. But ever since I wore beanie, y'all, I have not been getting asked this question. So I've been having to do gender reveals for myself lately, or haven't been having to do gender reveals for myself. That's crazy work. Says, she's from South Africa. Oh no. No, I'm not. I'm from the USA, but I don't normally say like what state. But yeah, the boy or girl question has not been getting asked lately. I wonder if you knew what I meant. That's crazy. 'Cause I literally just said it and that question got asked. What the hell? That is like actually insane. What a coincidence. Say you like my cat? Thank you, thank you. But right, let me go and switch the question real quick. You said you were from? I was born in Florida. Oh, you think New Jersey? No, I actually have visited New Jersey previously. I mean, not previously, but like back when I was really, really young, I visited New Jersey. So, what's something you're currently working on that might? Oh my god, hopefully. Oh, damn, I can't write it. What is something you're currently working on? I think that's just going to be my ultimate question. What is something that you currently are working on? What my main question was actually going to be is what's something you're currently working on that may take years? Because that's currently a little bit of what the topic is that we currently are talking about. You said, are you white or black? I'm black and Puerto Rican. So what do you think of GTA 6? I can't wait for it to come out. Says she's from Washington, D.C. Oh no, 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 no. I am not. Um, but no, yeah, so Black and Puerto Rican. But yes, so what's currently something you're working on? I would love to say, well, I'm working on the CompTIA Plus. That's number one. That's actually one of my main focuses right now. I'm not gonna lie, is the CompTIA Plus. You said fine as AF. Thank you. Um, but that's the major thing that I'm currently working on right now is the CompTIA Plus. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else, like nothing necessarily on the side. I have been working on my book idea though. But if y'all have anything that you are currently working on that you feel like may take years, oh well, I guess with the CompTIA Plus, it's not going to take years. Um, but there are, I'll just say certifications in general, and then this book that I would love to write. So do you support Trump? I normally don't. I don't do politics. I don't really know what anyone wants or doesn't want. Like I literally don't know anything. And I think that's like the best way to live because nowadays I feel like everything is just about fear mongering or just creating division. And I just kind of want to live like, you know how back in the day there was no television or instant like news reports on your phone. You just kind of found things out either by word of mouth, maybe a newspaper. Um, like I just kind of want to block all that stuff out, and I would rather just not know what the hell's going on, because I feel like yeah, the point sometimes it just comes off like it's just fear mongering or just wants to divide people. Um, So I normally don't really focus on politics, and it gets super deep as well. Like one time I tried, man, it got deep. I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna stop here. Like you have to be passionate about politics to fucking be focused on politics. I'm like, damn. Damn, damn, damn. You said what's the CompTIA A plus? That is like an IT support certification, a very beginner IT support certification. You said, do I prefer LGBTQ or ChatGPT? What the hell? I'm dead. I don't even know what type of question that is. I don't think they relate, brother. I don't think they relate now. Um, but you said gotta go to the restroom. See you later, Maeve. But yeah, no. So that's pretty much what the CompTIA A plus is. Just a couple of certifications that I've been pursuing to hopefully eventually become a network engineer or a cloud engineer, different things like that. You said just kidding. No, it's fine. It's fine. I thought it was a funny joke. I thought it was pretty funny. I might come off like I take things seriously, but I actually thought it was funny. But let's go and continue, because maybe that's the lesson that I have been learning lately, that maybe getting ahead isn't about there being one big break. Maybe it's about small decisions. Maybe it could be 1,000 small decisions, 1,000 days where you choose to keep showing up, where you choose consistency when nobody is watching, when you work hard. When nothing feels like anything is happening, and it could just be 1,000 days of doing that straight. And then eventually one day people will look at your life and see the progress, or may even think you were lucky, but deep down you knew the work that you had to end up putting in. And that's why I love showing this documentation on this channel, because I know one day something is going to stick, something is going to work, and you guys are going to have seen so many different journeys, y'all. So many different journeys on here, and you're going to see how it stuck, and all these improvements that I'm going to be making in whatever I do, whether it's drawing, writing, boxing, or IT, or just anything career wise. It's going to get really crazy. We're just in the beginning of what this channel is going to blossom into, but it is going to end up blossoming into so many different topics. It's not even funny. Because when you come out and people say, "Damn, you got lucky," or you did this, "Damn, that's crazy," they never saw all the days before it. But with this channel, I'm hoping I can document that. And honestly, I think that's the part nobody talks about enough, is the middle, the grind, the uncertainty, the waiting. Because that's where most of us are at right now. And that's why, man, I try to make this channel as relatable and as real and authentic. Since we're all there, I want to show you guys me there as well. And just going to continue to be documenting this the further I go. I've never been more consistent ever on a channel than here. I go live almost every single day, and I post YouTube videos here and there as well, and I do my 12-hour live study streams, which are loops, by the way, which means it's pre-recorded, but the goal is for you to just study along, right? Um, let's continue to read a little bit of some comments, and we can continue this topic. You said, "Are you a software engineer?" I wasn't interested in software engineering. So you look like my girl I like in college. I see. So greetings from Austria. Hey, greetings, greetings. So did you pass the CompTIA? I currently have not. I am trying to go for the Core 2 sometime this month. And honestly, with the way certain circumstances are going to be going, passing the Core 1 might not be until next year, simply because um what I'm currently doing is that right now, since I only study for about an hour a day, I have been currently focusing on Core 2, but starting next month, I actually need to start studying for a separate technical exam. It's not a CompTIA exam, but it's something for my current job for me to basically get a promotion. I would have to study for a specific exam to get that promotion, which is something I gotta do. It's probably gonna be studying for like 3 months for it. So things are gonna end up changing at that point. So I clearly can't study for the core one if I'm studying for that exam, and I have to study for it in that moment because I can only retake this exam in September. So I have to study for it right then and there. But then right after that, I'm literally enrolling for another certification in August, which is for a separate job. So I might have like 1 month to spare to study for the core one, but I don't think I'll be ready. But then I would need to start studying for this separate certification, which is for another job, like a backup job, or a job I can kind of do on the side, like a side hustle pretty much. And then right after that, so that'll be like another 3 months, I can then dive deep into the core one of CompTIA A plus. And hopefully I can get the certification by then. So it's gonna be a while, I'm not gonna lie. And it's hard to explain because some people just it goes in through one ear out the other. Or, I might make a YouTube video on it whenever we get there. You said, "Kid, what happened to your laptop?" My laptop's right here. You said, "Do you rap or beatbox?" I do none. Said, "Guys, I'm studying for the A plus, but I can't afford the exams." Oof. That is crazy, man. It's definitely tough. Those exams are expensive. I'm not gonna lie. That's why even sometimes on here I'll mention to people like if you guys want to end up donating to help me, purchase this exam because these exams are expensive and I would only need about or not only, but I think I would need how much extra would I need right now? I think I probably would need like 80 or no. I think like $60, but with YouTube you can only pull out $100 or you can only pull out the money when you hit $100. So I've been saying like if people wanted to donate, y'all can try and help me, but if not, it's all good. I don't really push it. But it says, "What have you studied? Are you first generation American?" I don't know what the hell that means. Do you mean like first generation like to get a degree? I would say I think no. So what have I studied? Currently been studying for IT support. So I finally figured out who she looks exactly like. Oh, you're gonna say Sid. You're gonna say Sid, aren't ya? So you have some nice jackets. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I love having different types of jackets, different colors. Not a handsome man. You went a little bit too hard on that one. So I know damn well you're trying to fuck with me. You went a little bit too hard on that one. You're definitely trying to fuck with me. And you were a man. So then that kind of made that let me know something. That let me know. Oh wait, actually I think you do have a girl in that profile picture. Maybe you are. Wait, no, I think that's a dude. Oh wait, it's animated. I think it's animated. Okay, you got that. You got that. So your favor. Exactly. Your fate. Wait, I don't know. That confused me. So you are you from Caltech or something? No, I am not. Wait, what the hell is Caltech? Actually, what is Caltech? Caltech. Oh, that's a college. Oh, that's a nice little college. Wow, I didn't even know they had that. Oh, honestly, I don't even think I'll be able to get in. Whew. I don't think I'll be able to get into that type of college now. So first gen American means your fam are immigrants and you're the first to be born in America. Oh no, 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 no. I'm not. No one in my family is an immigrant. So are you well, I mean, I guess technically wouldn't everyone eventually be, but no, 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 no. So are you based in SF? I don't know what the hell is SF? What are these like? What are these abbreviations, my guy? Oh, San Francisco? Is that what you're saying? No, I'm not. I don't live in California. So that's who you look like, or she looks like you. Both pretty, no shade. I actually don't know who you said I look like. It was kind of confusing. You said back. What is up, Maeve? So what is your dream job? Oof, I got a couple. I got a couple. I think my dream job, if I'm gonna be choosing a career, I would probably say network architect or cloud architect, but that is of course gonna take years. Um, and then I feel like, or it could be content creation. One of the two so far. I think I have another one in the back of my mind, but I'm gonna save it for later when that gets revealed during my college series, whenever that reveals or whenever that comes out. I can't wait to end up getting like really into posting my content, y'all, because I'm telling you, like this channel is called Marzi's Journey for a reason because it is a journey. Things are being pre-recorded and haven't even been uploaded yet. You said making keychains. That's what I'm working on. Hey, that's lit. That's fire. Oh, that's something you're currently working on. Okay. So is it good to migrate to USA? I don't know, honestly. I don't know. I feel like there's better countries. But the USA isn't bad though. So what's your degree? I'm currently not enrolled in college. That's my thing. I haven't what I plan to enroll in college for a certification, so it's kind of like a trade pretty much in August. But then that same like that next year or well no. So in August this year, I plan to enroll for like a trade certification. The next year, I'm considering going for a full-blown degree by that next August. I don't know what degree yet. I don't know if I'm gonna do cybersecurity, if I'm gonna do IT support, if I'm gonna do something completely different, right? Because from a year from then, I could be a whole nother person. So look at my profile picture. I can't really see it. It's kind of far away. Is it Essence Cash, aka exactly dot E is who I'm saying you look like. Oh, okay. So let me go and see who that is. I don't know. I never heard of this person. So you said you've been through the struggle. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I feel like I do not struggle. I feel like I have some struggles, but nothing too crazy. So you want to get into IT? Well, basically, yes. I would like to be a network architect or cloud architect. Um, but I think you need to have like 10 years in network engineering, cloud engineering, stuff like that. That's something I'm super interested in. Or I could even just want or go the cybersecurity route. It's just I feel like that's certain things as of right now that I'm passionate about. But I am of course trying to be realistic as well and pursue things that can kind of happen more like I want to pursue something that's a little bit more stable first before pursuing something like that as a degree because you just never know, right? I don't want to waste too much time if it doesn't work out. So, oh my god, that was so hard. So, what's your music taste? I tend to like sad music a lot. Love music is pretty good. So, what are your hobbies? Reading, writing, gaming, content, studying. So, can you say happy birthday to my little brother? Don't you're not gonna get me. You're not gonna get me, but happy birthday. Even though I know you're capping, you just want me to say that name. It ain't happening. You only got me one time. One time will never get me again. It says you can anyway opt for major and minor. That is true. So, what is your goal in life? My goal in life, I feel like, is to find a passionate career that I love. I think that's really well. I guess that's what passion is, huh? But I want to find a passionate career, um, and a forever home. I think is currently two goals that I have in life that will take years, but I'm down for it. So can you mod? I'm building a GTA team online. No, I can't, sadly. No, I cannot. That hasn't been where my focus has been on. I was gonna start learning stuff like that. But because I'm so busy, like I wish I was free and I didn't have to work all day because I'm telling you, I would have learned so many different things by now. But because I don't really have much time in my day, I just kind of learn what I'm just like one thing at a time, which sucks, but I wasn't able to get into that. So after this AI era, everything is different in IT. That is true. Things are definitely going to be different, but I think like cuz some people tend to think like when AI comes in it's going to replace things. I just think at the end of the day it's going to change things and you just have to be prepared for that change and be ready for what that change is, fit in what your new position is going to be and things should be okay, but it's still something that I'm interested in and I would still love to pursue. I know my current job is still currently offering, shockingly, some IT support positions and they're offering network engineering positions. So in my head, it's kind of like if it's still being offered, I'm willing to go for it. I don't care. I'm gonna just keep applying and doing my thing. Um, so you said look her up. I did look her up. I feel like I do. I feel like I do look like her a little bit. I think I do. That's crazy. But I feel like my face is a little bit wider. I mean, well, her face is I mean, maybe. So don't think I asked how are you. I'm not sure if you did either, but I am great. I have been doing my thing. Today was probably one of my better days. I was able to hit everything. I was able to clean everything, and then I ate some good food. I even watched a movie, and I was still able to finish my practice exam and then still hop on this live and have free time. Like today was probably one of my best scheduled days ever. Super happy about that. So what's your age if you don't mind? You are very sorted at a young age. I'm 22, about to be 23 years old. I'm super young, but I feel super old. That's the problem. I feel like I have no time. And what a lot of people try to remind me is that I have a lot of time. I probably have more time than a lot more people that are pursuing, well, some people, I would say actually. But it's like it's just crazy because I really feel like I don't have no time. I feel super behind when in reality if I wrote everything about my life on paper, I'm not going to say like I'm really ahead, but it's like I'm not as behind as I think I am. It's just this weird mental thing I've been currently going through and it's a little bit crazy. I don't know why I feel like that. I just need to slow down and know that I'm all good. I'm all good. Said you didn't ask any of us how we were. I've never seen you behave in such a way. That's crazy. That is crazy. Maeve, what do you have to say about that? What do you have to say about that? They added you and everything, man. But no, yeah. No, yeah. You said another question. Let me go and see if I can find one. Mm, mm, let me see. Ooh, I have a couple of deep questions. I just don't know which one I would want to do. Which one do I want to do? Ooh, this one could be a good one, but no. Let me see. What's something you're proud of that nobody sees? No. Where was the other one? Uh, okay, this is gonna be one, y'all. This is gonna be one. Ready? Oh wait, I'm gonna do a poll, so it's just gonna be like a yes or no. This one is going to be, have you ever felt behind? But real quick, compared to your friend. So this one's gonna be a little bit niche. A little bit niche, and y'all let me know. Yes or no? Let's start this poll. Let's see. And when I mean friends, it could just be anybody like on social media that you follow that you have been friends with. Let me know, y'all. Wait, why did, why did you say it like that? This nigga said, bruh, your eyes are ridiculous. Why would you say it like that though? Yo, you know how people come in here and commented about my eyes, but bro, your eyes are ridiculous. It's crazy work. What the hell? Yo, oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to steal that, man. It's not even because it's not even like it wasn't even what exactly you said. Just saying something like that is ridiculous. It's crazy. That's that's like walking up to somebody and you're like, bro, your nose, it's ridiculous. Like, well, come on. It's like what? It's like what am I supposed to do? I can't, bro. Oh my goodness. That is so funny. Woo. That was a good one. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I'm about to definitely steal that one. I'm about to say it to my brother actually when I see him. And I'm just gonna point out some random shit. Like I don't even care. I'm just gonna point out something random. I'm gonna be like, bro, that's ridiculous. I can't. So if I give my everything, will it be enough for you? Oh no, it wouldn't. It said, no, I mean no, not yes. Okay. So hi from Adrian Carter. Hello. Hello. Says you're so cute. Thank you, thank you. But I feel like for me currently with this question, have I ever felt behind compared to my friends? I I feel like feeling behind compared to my friends. I don't really know. I mean, I feel like with my friends, I have seen a couple of my friends get their degrees, but then again, I don't think that made me feel behind. I think it made me feel like, well, damn, I wish I got my degree, but I'm not. I don't feel like I feel necessarily behind. But a good amount of people are actually voting yes. I wonder what that thought process is. Is it like maybe some of your friends have families? Is it like they have some houses? They have good careers? Like, what is it that you guys may feel that way? I know one person ended up picking yes by accident. So what's the word again? I don't know what the word is. I do not know. What is up, Ikimon? I think is your name. What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? But yeah, so far a good amount of people have been voting yes. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys end up hitting that vote there. Have you ever felt behind? Sorry, I don't know why I keep fucking fumbling. Felt behind compared to your friends. Also, too, if you are new here as well, make sure you guys end up hitting that subscribe button. Oh, you know what's crazy? I could have wrote on a piece of paper subscribe, but and it just kind of like popped it out. But no, I think that's a little bit crazy. No, you said you accidentally clicked yes. Yeah. So hopefully, I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna keep seeing there. But I know that some people do genuinely feel like that. I wonder exactly what would it be. I feel like I don't feel behind. I honestly think out of all my friends, I might be the only one who has an apartment. Um, and I might be the only one who I think has been at the same who actually has a career job currently. But then again, I feel like I don't really have much friends either, so I'm kind of thinking of people who I probably was once friends with. You said I forgot how to spell the word and clicked for a sec. Oh, okay. I accidentally clicked. Yeah, okay. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. But that's all good. That is all good. So for me, I feel like, but I don't necessarily feel like I'm ahead neither. I think I kind of feel like we all could be at my current position if we just wanted to. I don't feel like I did anything drastic yet, but yo, I didn't even notice we ended up already hitting an hour into my live stream. I don't even know why I was still talking. Or yeah, we're like an hour and 9 minutes deep. So y'all, if y'all have any last minute questions, it has to be rapid fire before I get out of here. I'm about to leave. What is up? What is up, my guy? If you want to come on tomorrow and catch me in my live stream, I go live at 7 p.m. to like 7:10 p.m. EST. So definitely make sure y'all end up hitting that sub button and come back at my future lives. If you guys ever want to donate, it will only be used towards me getting my certifications. I plan to get a lot of certifications. They cost a lot. Even for one of my other certifications that I'm enrolling in August, that literally the whole course I believe costs like 2,000 something dollars or like 3,000, like something around that. So it's a little bit crazy. So any money that ever gets donated is literally going straight to certifications, going straight to my future. So I'll be highly appreciated if you guys want to do that. You guys do not have to. What is up, F2 Production? How are you, my guy? How are you? But no, yes, and currently my channel is about my growth. It's about my journey. It's about me pursuing things and pursuing it basically all the way up until day like 6 to 7 and stuff like that. And yes, I do remember you. The flood warning. Yep, yep, yep. Said, have you finished studying core one? No, I have not. I've actually only studied for core two, and I'm only am about to take the core two exam. I know a very few things about the core one. So that's gonna take a long ass time. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna make a video explaining that for some of my IT folks who, been here and know what I've been trying to pursue. I'm gonna have to make a video for y'all because it's a pretty deep topic. I'm studying for so many different things um in the span of like 6 7 months that I don't think I'm going to be able to study for the core one. So I'm probably not going to get my full CompTIA A plus until next year. That's going to be a whole case, right? I'll have to explain that a little bit more. But I could explain it to you right now with how by July I have to study because I can only take this separate technical exam. I can basically only take it in like September or August, and that exam is what's going to help me get promoted in my current job. So I want to focus on that first before the core one because obviously it's going to take some time for me to land an IT support role. So I'd rather go and focus on something that I could actually do in the current moment, which is get promoted. So I got to do that. And then right after that, I'm gonna be enrolling for a whole separate like career or a trade certification, which is just if anything ends up ever happening to my company, I have it. But also too, I could do it as a side hustle, which is what I plan to do, is work my current job and then do my that certification as a side hustle, and then I could basically pick back up on the core one. Just because I feel like since IT support is something I'm working towards, I think it's gonna take a lot longer to really make that into a career. So to put that as my number one focus starting next month wouldn't make sense. So I'm currently just focusing on the core two. Hopefully I can pass the core two this month, give myself a little bit of a break, and then do some other stuff. You said is it hard breaking into IT support with no experience? Really depends on where you're at. I feel like if you live in somewhere like Texas, like how they have all those entry level roles, maybe not, but anywhere else, I would say definitely very difficult. Very, very difficult. But yeah, but I am gonna be going, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all are super goated. By the way, if you guys want to end up supporting me, I uploaded a YouTube video today. It would be truly appreciated if you guys want to go watch it and even leave a comment, leave a like, even hype the video. Please hype the video up, y'all. Thank you so much. I'll be catching you on the next one. Marzi is out. Deuces. If you want to catch me tomorrow, man, 7 p.m. It's an MT friend is good. She was so friend and oh, okay. Thank you. Deuces.